Hi, this is Sam Mack, speaker, author, motivator, and diversity and inclusion consultant. So, we would love to have more diversity and inclusion in our schools, in our universities, even in our organizations. But how do we do that when so much of our curriculum is designed to isolate people or to portray history and certain individual groups in a negative light? So, when we are looking at this curriculum, especially things that we have learned in elementary school, things that we have learned in high school and textbooks, even in colleges, it's important to understand that we formed biases. We formed biases because the information that we were given was biased. By the author that wrote the history book, by the person that presented the information. Even in high school, I could tell you some of the political views of my teachers, and we knew where they stood on the political chain just by the way they taught the class. So understand that, everyone is bringing their personality and their beliefs into the way they portray information, whether it's the textbook writer or whether it was the way it was presented to us in class. So when we find that information, and let's just say we've read something in a textbook about a certain group of people that was part of history, and we naturally read it in a textbook in a school setting, so we were taught to believe that it's true. And now we meet someone from that place, or someone that has that type of clothing, or someone that has that accent. Smile, speak, share. Start a conversation and get to actually know that person. Do not bring all our textbook garbage and all our teaching biases that we have assumed and put on into this conversation. Find out, what? Is what I learned in the textbook really true? Is what the teacher taught me really true? Does it apply to everybody that looks like this? Does it apply to everybody that believes like this? Or are there different levels of people that, participate in this behavior or this group? Be curious, because it's better than being furious, right? And it's better than having that conflict and then having to rebuild relationships. The key to happiness is to have healthy relationships. And so when we're in a place where we spend 8 hours a day working with somebody, or 8 hours a day going to school with someone, and it's not happy because we've come in with biases, educational biases that were taught to us with a certain point of view that, hey, was wrong, then it's just going to be hard on us. So relationships make us happy. Start relationships with conversations, and drop our educational biases, get to know somebody, and then we can bring them in and say, hey, what do you think about this?